Welcome, Melonie Nielsen here with Yoga with Melonie. So today we're going to take a standing forward bend or Uttanasana, and you'll need a rolled up mat or a rolled up blanket or a towel. And you'll have that at the top of your mat or one end of your mat. We'll use it in a moment. But before we get to that, come and take your feet just a few inches apart and bow forward into forward bend. And if you need hands on blocks, that's okay as well. And bend one knee and then the other. So this series that I'm doing is more of a series on focusing on mobility, not essentially focusing on having the deepest stretch that we could have or any type of long holding in the poses, but just exploring kind of our range of motion and getting our joints lubricated, awake, and ready. So these could be warm-ups. These could be things you do right before you take a deeper version of the pose. So we're in a bending and straightening of the legs. And then now add a little twist. Turn your belly and heart open to one side and down. And then you're going to bend and twist open to the other side and down. Open and down, open and down. So you can twist and turn it in whatever way you like. And one more of the twistings. And back to center, and then bend your knees a little and lengthen your spine forward. And then straighten and bow, and then bend, lengthen, straighten the legs and bow, bend, lengthen, straighten the legs and bow, and bend, lengthen, straighten the legs and bow. Let's do one more, bend, lengthen, straighten the legs and bow. Now let's crisscross the legs. I'm going to take the right foot in front of the left foot, so X legs here, and do a little leaning of the hips side to side. And now let's even come to neutral with the hips and the weight on the feet pretty steady, and walk our hands around and over to the left side of us. And then walk our hands over to the other side of us. And then back to neutral, unhook the legs. And now rehook, take the left foot across in front. At first, just do a little leaning of your hips side to side. You could have your feet as wide apart as you wish. Now let's walk our hands over to the right side of us, curving and peeking around that corner. And we walk it over to the other side, curve and peek. And back to center, we'll untangle the legs. Once more, bend one knee and then the other. You can add a little swishing of your ribs side to side. And then let's be neutral and bow our head and heart. And now imagine our tail's got a little weight to it and it's going to pull down. We're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae all the way back to stand. And then let's take our feet on the rolls. So you have the ball of your foot, the top part of your foot on the roll, heel on the ground. And be upright here first and just bend one knee and then the other. So there's this little kind of twisty, swishy motion, the pelvis and spine. And now let's do that in the forward bend again. Again, you can touch either the roll, the floor, or maybe some blocks. I'm going to keep the heels on the ground and bend one knee and then the other. And that little shimmy of the hips you might feel side to side. Steady breaths in, full breaths out. And then we'll bend both knees, straighten both legs, bend, straighten. Almost like you're going into a squat, and straighten, bend, and straighten, bend, and straighten. And then let's lift the heels up and heels down, up and down, up and down. A few more. And then let's go back to the one knee bends, the other leg bends, and a little shimmy and a little twist and turn up the spine. And then let's step off of the roll, land our feet, anchoring all the edges of the feet. Lean back a little bit so there's more centered weight. Notice your forward bend here. And let's do our rolling back up again. A little bit of play in Uttanasana. Enjoy that, weave it into your practice, and I will see you soon. Be well.